Welcome back to the channel. I know there has been a tremendous amount of time since we have posted a new video, partially because Savannah has been sick, and it finally passed around to me in a terrible way. So I do have holes in my mouth. I apologize for the swellness in my jaw. I had a double root canal as well, and now we're back. I was off for several days. All I did was kind of watch some information, watch some videos on certain people, and you can see some channels in the description below. Videos that I watched and tried to understand the content and tried to understand where the basis of the content came from. It was all automotive driven, and I felt like some of the information that was passed on to the clients that were watching these videos were being talked and shown data without any substance behind it, without any real in-car experience or dealership experience in this current market. I just want to talk about 3 years ago real quick. Nobody knew what we were going into. Nobody knew that there was going to be a shortage. We didn't know. If we did, we wouldn't have to be here anymore. Nobody knew when it was going to end. Nobody knew what it was going to take. And if you're not in the industry, and when I say in the industry, I mean physically showing up every day, how can you give advice to people on what has happened and what is going to happen if you're not here? And now some of these YouTube vlogs are talking to people in a way of scaring, of saying don't do things, not showing how to continue to buy a car or what's really happening in the auto industry. So we just felt like coming back, we should probably give some accurate data, some hands-on data of what we've seen happening from the dealership side, which will help in turn from the client side. So real quickly, just a fast update of what we've experienced over the last maybe 3.5 weeks or 4 weeks. You know, back years ago, there'd be 300, 400, 500 cars at any time sitting on a lot, new and pre-owned. You would have probably 2 to 1 in that market. A lot of what's going out on YouTube and educating clients is that the used car market is getting ready to crash, that dealerships are going to file for bankruptcy, that no one's buying anything. It's a terrible time to do anything. And that's just not the case. The largest auctions in the country, Manheim is the largest owner of auctions in the country, in the US. Their biggest auctions are in Manheim, Pennsylvania, Manheim, Orlando. They have auctions all the way out to Las Vegas as well. Historically, years back, on any given Thursday or Friday, Manheim, Pennsylvania would sell anywhere between 7,000 to 10,000 automobiles in 2 days to dealers at an auction, right, in just one location. This Friday, they ran 1,960 cars through that auction. So the data that's out there on these sites that I've pointed out, talking about used cars are getting ready to crash, no one's going to buy them, there aren't the availability of used cars that there has been in the past. So prices, although may not be where they were 2 years ago or 6 months ago or 8 months ago, they will never be able to go back because of supply and demand to what they were 5 years ago. And I think that's a misconception about what's going out and what's being said. Because prices are dipping, it's based off of APRs, of interest rates, of what's moving there. Used cars, they're not backed up. We don't have 300 on the ground. Maybe we have 25, maybe some stores have 100. We're not in the atmosphere we were in 5 and 4 years ago, even 3 years ago. So the education that needs to go to a client is, it is the best time for me, I think, to actually take advantage of a new car. It's actually time to take advantage of still selling your used car, because the addendums and the market adjustments that were being done during this pandemic, for the most part, they've gone away. The other misconception that's out there is about ordering cars, ordering custom cars. We haven't been able to order a custom car in probably 2.5 years. There are vehicles that people had on order, and there are some small examples of that, which I think these websites or these YouTube channels have exploded to be the masses. A Ford Bronco Raptor was in order. It was in order almost a year and a half ago. I actually have one on for a client on order. That was a custom order, okay? A Subaru Outback 23, that's not a custom order. What was happening was there was inventory that we knew was coming in. There were sold orders attached to that inventory based off of what we told the client we were getting. It wasn't a custom order. Did thousands of people back out of those orders? No. What happened was products started to show up. They got impatient. They didn't want to wait for the one that they had coming in. So they took a different model or a different color. But they weren't custom orders. The factory gave us this number of cars. We told clients this is the number of cars we have coming in, and they put a deposit on one of those, right? Custom ordering a car is gone. Custom ordering anything is gone. You take what you can get at the grocery store, at Target, at the department stores, in fine watches, in fine jewelry. It's not custom ordering anything. If you are interested in ordering a car, certain manufacturers haven't even opened that up that you can put in an order. So I just want to kind of clear that up at the same time. It's not a custom order. It was sold cars that we knew were coming in that we allowed clients to purchase prior to them getting here. That has expedited. There are cars now coming in that aren't pre-sold. And I think, again, the values of the new car, the values of the used cars are going to stay where they are, maybe depreciate slightly, but not in buckets of thousands like people are saying. So if you want to take advantage, I've said this from the beginning, Savannah and I have started this channel. I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. I'm trying to give you an education in order to purchase something if that's what you choose to do. I will help you buy something, okay? I would love to talk to these guys and gals below that have talked about all this information that they have, and I'd love to set some of the records straight. So, and give you guys what I've said, the actual data from day to day of what's happening currently right now. If you have a trade-in that you're interested in trading, if you have a vehicle that you're interested in buying, I don't think there's any better time. If you can find a factory interest rate, because I think that's what's coming, they're going to have to offer some special APRs. There's not huge incentives because we're not stacked with product. If you find that, then you can still take advantage of a great appraisal, and you can still take advantage of purchasing a car at MSRP or slightly below it. But nobody's in a panic. Nobody's going bankrupt, right? We've been through these processes. I've been through them now for 29 years. Do I know what's coming next? I wish. And I'm in it. So how can someone who's not in it know what's coming next? Because if they did, they'd be able to sell that data and retire and you never hear from them again. So any questions, any comments that you need, we'd love to answer and we'd love to help. But I just want to clear the air on all of the data that you're seeing so that you do have an educated process and an educated information to make a decision as you move forward. We appreciate you watching. We're glad to be back. I am. Staying at home is awful. And we hope to see you soon.